Shut up. Here's everything you need to know about the TikTok ban. Go follow Lisa's page. She's amazing. Here you go.
TikTok has repeatedly been caught lying about its connection to ByteDance, as well as the level of access the CCP has to our data, which they are using to weaponize our freedoms against us. That ends now.
I told you a TikTok ban was probably coming in this video earlier this week, and now it's really gaining steam. That was Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers, a Republican from Washington, just this morning. I encourage you to watch this entire video if you care about this topic, so you understand what's actually going on, what's about to happen, and what you can do. First, what's actually going on? Representative Rogers, who you just heard from, is the chair of the House Energy and Commerce Committee, and she is fast-tracking a bill that would, in essence, ban TikTok in the United States.
This is a targeted approach to prohibit access to an application owned by a foreign adversary that poses a clear threat to U.S. national security.
Rogers is hardly the only House member who feels this way. So do the two powerful lawmakers who are sponsoring this bipartisan piece of legislation called Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act. The bill is sponsored by Representative Mike Gallagher, a Republican from Wisconsin, and Representative Raja Krishnamoorthi, a Democrat from Illinois. Their short 12-page bill doesn't actually use the word ban in it, but what it does do is specifically forces ByteDance, the Chinese-owned parent company of TikTok, within 5 months of this bill being passed, to divest or sell its interest in TikTok to another company the U.S. government says is not controlled by a foreign adversary. But why do lawmakers care so much about this? The ranking Democrat on the Energy Committee, Frank Pallone of New Jersey, said this morning.
The laws in China allow the Chinese Communist Party to compel companies like TikTok to share data with them whether the companies want to or not. And this means that the CCP has the ability with TikTok to compromise device security, maliciously access Americans' data, promote pro-communist propaganda, and undermine American interests.
Obviously, TikTok denies all of this. The platform has spent billions of dollars setting up Project Texas, which they call a firewall between American user data and Beijing. They continually claim China does not have access to all of our user data, but so far, none of those efforts have been enough to get U.S. lawmakers to back down. TikTok says if this bill passes into law, it will effectively ban the app for the 170 million Americans who use it. So what's about to happen? Well, the House Energy and Commerce Committee will mark up the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act this afternoon. That means all the members that you see here on this committee will go through that bill and mark up what they want to keep and what they may want to change. And once that's done, lawmakers will vote to either pass this bill out of their committee and keep it alive, or keep it in their committee and keep working on it. Now here's the reality. I would be shocked if this bill doesn't pass out of committee today. Chances are it absolutely will. But the question is, will House Speaker Mike Johnson put this bill on the House floor for a vote? And if so, when? There's kind of a lot going on. Also, if he puts it on the floor for a vote, does it have enough support to pass the House? That is still unclear. Of course, if it does pass the House, it would still then need to pass the United States Senate, and the president would still need to sign it. Now, whether this bill can get 60 votes in the Senate is also unclear. But what is clear is the White House does support this bill, even though the Biden campaign has a TikTok account of its own. So, what can you do? If you have feelings about this bill and whether your lawmakers should pass it or trash it, I would highly suggest you contact him or her immediately. This bill is moving very fast. If you want to know how to find out who your representative is, you can Google Find Your Representative. The first listing should be house.gov, and then you can just enter your zip code and your lawmakers will pop up.